This week you win an AK Redline in field tested condition. To enter like every week, like, comment and subscribe. And back to the posting on my Discord server, linked below. Thanks! Games and game accounts cost money, which is good in many cases as it prevents some people from doing bad stuff with them. If a cheater gets banned, for example with a Prime account in Counter-Strike, he at least has to spend $15 to continue cheating on another account. In many games there is even progress or items on that account that make it worth more. In most cases, this is just sentimental value or just grinding value, as you have to spend a lot of time to get those items back, as in most cases you cannot cash out your progress in a good way. I know there is account selling and people sell their 100% accounts, I don't know, and there's also something like World of Warcraft gold you can buy, but it's still very complicated and very different to Counter-Strike skins. Nowadays, pretty much everybody knows that you can sell and cash out items with a few simple clicks for real money, which led to a multi-billion-dollar economy forming up. But this whole economy and every account, even your and all your items, are at a big risk. What this danger is, why this is not just a clickbait video, I even hired a lawyer for this video, okay? And how you can protect yourself after this short message of SkinsMonkey.com. SkinsMonkey is an automated CSGO bot trading site. They offer a huge amount of skins to instantly trade to, 24/7 live chat support, and a 35% bonus on every cash deposit. With a referral code NEON, you can get a free up to $5 bonus on your first trade when exchanging items worth at least $100. So like you can see here, I've calculated a little bit and found this cool deal on SkinsMonkey. I also used my $5 bonus. I just selected these 5 items out of my inventory for these 2 gut knife safari meshes field tested. I even got some leftover balance on the side, which I can use for my next trade. The 2 gut knives were on tradelocked, so I just saved them onto the side, but some days later I could just withdraw them to my Steam, and as you can see here, I've got a really good upgrade and with my bonus code also a really good deal. So check out SkinsMonkey right now. Link to the site with my bonus code is in the description. Before we start, a short disclaimer here. I can only speak for the laws and rules that my country has, which is Austria, Land der Berge, in this case. Many countries, especially within the European Union, have very similar rules and laws, but please, if you have a lot of money in Counter-Strike skins, it might be worth it asking a lawyer or tax consultant what laws, duties and risks apply to you. So what is this weird guy with the annoying German accent talking about? I paid good money for my knife. Why is it at risk now? For this, let me introduce our lawyer here and see what the problem is and why it exists.
Hello, my name is Udin Bayrami. I'm an attorney at law and a partner with Stadler Völkler Attorneys at Law based in Vienna, Austria. I'm specialized on gaming, esports and blockchain technology, virtual currencies. So my legal practice encompasses a diverse field of law ranging from criminal to civil law, esports law and the laws of virtual currencies. So from a legal perspective, skins are very interesting because they kind of straddle the line between virtual property and digital content licensed to end users. Ownership is a so-called absolute right in Austria and in many other jurisdictions worldwide. So therefore, if you own an object, you can exclude anyone else from it. You have the absolute right to do with your property as you please and as you want. And the following things are required to establish ownership. You need a title, which would be a contract, a purchase agreement, and a handover is required. When you purchase or acquire a CSGO skin, you are not actually buying the item itself. Instead, you are acquiring a license from the publisher, in this case, Valve Corporation, to use the skin within the game. This is a crucial distinction. The actual ownership of the skin remains with the game's publisher. Therefore, you only acquire a right to use the skin in-game according to the terms of use.
So summing that up, you legally don't own your items, you are allowed to use them. But the digital items still belong to and are managed by Valve. But what does this mean for you? And can Valve just do whatever they want with your items?
This right of use is of a contractual nature and therefore not absolute. Valve Corporation reserves the right to revoke this right of use, for example, in the event of violations of the terms of use. Valve then reserves the right to restrict the account, whereby no refund is due. So you are in fact at the mercy of the publisher. We see this again and again in other games regarding digital items with actual impact on the game. Players invest real money to acquire the ideal equipment. Then comes a patch from the developer that nerfs this equipment and therefore significantly weakens it. There's no legal recourse here. Game publishers typically have broad discretion over how virtual items are used, traded, or accessed within their game. The publisher can usually modify, delete, or restrict access to these virtual items at their discretion, consistent with the terms set out in the end-user license agreements, spoilers, or the terms of services.
And this is very dangerous. Yes, if you play with your item normally, Valve not really has any reason to take it away or ban your account. Maybe except something like the skin you own having copyright issues. Yes, what happened to the M4 Howl or the Obdude lore is a very good example. You paid for an Obdude lore and have the skin, but Valve just fucking replaced it with the Obduality. And if you don't like it or it's way cheaper, that's your problem. And you don't have any legal backup to get the Obdude lore you paid for and with the email kinda have a small buying contract for. But what makes this really dangerous is just the money that is behind these skins. The whole billion-dollar skin economy, which has many, probably thousands of people and companies that work and live of it, is really built on really wobbly and not clearly defined grounds. You see, the Steam TOS, you know, that quick check mark you did when creating your account, clearly states you're not allowed to use the services or content or any portion thereof for any commercial purpose or for the benefit of any third party or in any manner not permitted by these terms. God, that's some hardcore law English there. Now, looking at pretty much anybody in the community, yes, I hope you see my eyes staring into your soul and at your items. As soon as you bought or sold any item on any sites other than from the Steam community market or have engaged in any real-life money for skins or other way around, congrats, you now broke the Steam TOS and Steam can trade lock your account, ban it or just delete your items. Which has happened to some people in the scene. For example, YouTubers, big traders and many other people got locked for that. Most of them got unbanned and it's not a problem, but it's still really wobbly. But you also see that it's still not enforced regularly according to the terms, because something like SkinsMonkey, Market CSGO or any other website that people use related to skins in a commercial activity should therefore instantly be banned and not even exist. And this is also what Urim thinks is a big problem.
So if I could make a wish, I would ask for enhanced transparency with publishers. Bans often occur without explanation and without a real possibility to contest them, which is very frustrating for the player. Especially when a ban affects an account with a multitude of digital content, it is very, very frustrating to be left out in the dark. Therefore, if they would at least provide some rationale for the bans, like an explanation, they would provide you effective means to contest them, that would be greatly appreciated from a legal perspective.
The only really good thing in this situation that Valve has given us is that they don't want to enforce this specific term like that. The reason is pretty simple. It benefits their game, their player numbers and also the value and fees they gain on the Steam community market by a lot. Commercial use of video game items has always been a thing, pretty much since they came out in Counter-Strike, for example. And even led to really sketchy and in my opinion bad use of skins in the form of gambling and money laundering. Even when gambling imploded in 2018 and the whole skin economy, including trading and the good use of these skins, got a lot of attention from the public. The good commercial aspect of buying and selling was, luckily for everybody, still not enforced that hard or seen as a big problem by the public. And even nowadays, when people from outside of this economy look at it, they don't really see it as a big problem that you can just sell your knife on GamerPay for real money, comparing to somebody buying that item with bad money and selling it again to launder it to legit money. So since 2013, Valve is not allowing any commercial use, but is, at least looking at their actions, tolerating it, but as they have never done any public statement about it, we don't know for certain. Which means for you, if you have any money and skins in your inventory, even if you have actively bought and sold on external marketplaces, so engaged in commercial activity, you're most likely safe. But please be aware that there is still the risk that Valve just changes their mind, another scandal forces them to do something, or they just randomly ban you because some new employee sees you and thinks you are a bad guy. And if you get banned for whatever reason, it is legally complicated to contest that.
So if your account is banned, the action you can take depends on the terms you agreed to the game's end user license agreements or terms of services. Most Euler's end user license agreements specify that the publisher has the right to ban accounts for various reasons, often including cheating, exploiting, or any other violations of the terms of service. After a ban, accessing the skins or other in-game items can be restricted by the publisher. Legally, it can be challenging to take action against such bans if the company acted within the terms of services, their end-user license agreements. However, consumer protections law in your jurisdiction may offer some avenues for dispute resolution or compensation, but this varies significantly by country and often by the specific circumstances of the ban. In the context of Austria, for example, it might be applicable that a provision of the terms of service is excessively prejudicial and therefore invalid, consequently allowing for the reclamation of certain elements. However, this situation is highly dependent on the individual circumstances of the person involved and the country he is residing in.
So yeah, I think that sums up the video pretty good. Thanks a lot to Urim for helping me with this video. Please be careful with your money and the skins. Don't forget to join the giveaway, my boys. I am Neon, and I'll see you guys in the next one.